Hi everyone. Today I'm going to discuss on a topic why Gen Z can't stop talking about Dostoevsky's White Nights. Imagine this, a short Russian story written way back in 1848 during a time when there was no internet, no TikTok, no Instagram, and yet today it has gone viral among Gen Z readers across the world. The story is Dostoevsky's White Nights, but why are so many young people in 2025 suddenly obsessed with a 19th century novella? What is it about this tiny book that makes it feel so modern, so relatable, and so irresistible to a generation living in an entirely different world? Let's dive in. But first, a little about the book itself. White Nights is not one of Dostoevsky's giant philosophical novels. It's a short, dreamy novella. It tells the story of a lonely young man wandering the streets of St. Petersburg. He calls himself a dreamer. One night he meets a young woman named Nastenka, and across just 4 nights, they form an intense emotional bond. They talk, they dream, they share secrets, they laugh, and for the narrator, this feels like the very first taste of real connection. But just as quickly as it begins, it fades away. The story is about love, but not lasting love. It's about the beauty and the heartbreak of something brief but unforgettable. So, why does this old Russian tale feel so fresh and relatable to Gen Z? First, loneliness. The narrator is isolated from the world. He feels invisible, wandering through a big city where no one notices him. Doesn't that sound familiar? Gen Z, despite being more connected online than any generation before, often feels lonelier than ever. Scrolling endlessly on a phone late at night, wishing for real human connection. That is exactly the kind of feeling Dostoevsky captured almost 2 centuries ago. Second, fleeting relationships. The story is about a short, intense bond that doesn't last. And if you think about it, isn't that the reality of so many modern connections? Online, offline, friendships, situationships, temporary flings. They burn bright, they feel magical, but often they fade away. The sadness of White Nights mirrors the bittersweet dating culture of today. Third, emotional vulnerability. In the book, the characters open up to each other almost immediately, pouring out secrets and feelings. That same energy exists online today, oversharing, confessing, posting raw emotions on TikTok or Instagram. Fourth, the aesthetic appeal. Let's be honest, White Nights is not just emotional, it's incredibly aesthetic. The very title creates dreamy images, white nights, glowing skies, melancholic beauty. On BookTok and Bookstagram, this novella is perfect for soft visuals, moody music, and poetic quotes. One of its most famous lines, I quote, "My God, a whole moment of happiness, isn't that enough for a whole life?" Unquote, is exactly the kind of quote that goes viral online. And finally, the search for meaning. Beneath the love story, Dostoevsky is asking a big existential question. Even if happiness is short, does that make it meaningless? Or can even a fleeting moment give life value? Gen Z is drawn to existentialism and absurdism, writers like Camus, Kafka, Sartre. White Knight offers the same deep reflection, but in a gentle, romantic way. It feels philosophical without being heavy. Another reason White Nights is taking off is that it's short and accessible. Unlike Dostoevsky's massive novels like Crime and Punishment or The Brothers Karamazov, this one can be read in a single sitting. And yet, it still gives you that punch of emotional intensity and philosophical depth. That balance makes it perfect for TikTok, where readers share quick reactions, edits, and aesthetic montages. In fact, the novella became an unexpected bestseller again in 2024 in the UK, purely because of viral book talk videos. It has become a sort of entry point into Dostoevsky for a whole new generation. So, why can't Gen Z stop talking about white nights? Because it feels like it was written for them. It captures the ache of loneliness, the beauty of short lived connections, the vulnerability of sharing too much, and the desire to find meaning in fleeting happiness. Dostoevsky may have written it in 1848, but somehow he understood the emotional world of 2025. That's the magic of literature. It breaks the barrier of time and speaks directly to our hearts. For Gen Z, White Nights is not just an old Russian novella, it's a mirror, a reminder that even a single night of love, of connection, of joy can be enough to give life meaning. And that is why this little book has become one of the loudest whispers of our generation.